separate from the current sort of an interesting player to suddenly make a big come up. Here's Reject though, D plus Kia getting very close. That's a nice nade, Jackie.
Oh, that's huge actually. It's the up close aggression as well that this time does go in their favor. Sarah is able to defend in the close quarters engagement.
What's happening?
No. He tried to get back in through the doorway blank, but it's all going wrong. I might have cursed them with my very words, as now the tables have turned entirely. It looked like you got some nice chip damage off to control the fight. The longer it's gone on, they're hemorrhaging players. You're in a really bad spot, at least trying to buy a bit of space with Julio's nades from the sidelines. But look how close they've got, and you do have realized the opportunity here to sneak in through the back and really raise hell.
Yeah, it's a sick little angle coming through from the Alliance. Straight in there, looking to hit some nades, do some chip damage. Duello in a horrible spot at the moment. Nade goes off, and now D plus Kia, big challenge on their hand. 2 players down, really up to chips now at the moment, alongside with Osal. Not an easy fight here, Jackie. I think they did just lose another player. Nobu takes a massive amount of damage. Shots just going through the smoke. Osal goes down to Jimmy.
Yeah, you can just run away with this one now. Easy pickings from the damage you've been able to establish. They picked their timing perfectly on that fight. Yeah. Came in with great cover as well. Oh, the near miss on the close range angle. It could have been a bit of a saving grace for them, but you've really got to hit those shots blank, and they are just not delivering.
Olio, not out the game. You have to wait for almost some action to be happening, and I think right now Alpha 7 is penned in. 4MV coming down the side. Apex has a nade in hand. It's a general idea where they're playing from, but McGrellan's got a big task.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a bit of an opportunity if you can get the perfectly placed nade to at least buy yourself time for the fallback, but it's the angles that are so awkward with where they're trapped on.
Ooh, this is cool. Alliance coming in here, Jackie, as well, going in for another third party. And again, that pass up towards the northeast side versus Boom, horrendous, but an opportunity has been given. This is massive.
Oh, there's layers on layers to this one. It's like an onion blank. They've now got the height on top of them, but it's all gone a little bit west with how they're setting themselves up from the sideline. I mean, Alpha 7 trying to contend with Miracle vibes. You get Yoodo in from the back to put the pressure on. Now Alpha 7 being nipped at by the zone.
Rotation. Really, really nicely done. Carrillo goes down out in the open. This is the difficulty of pushing over towards this northern side. It's just open space, and Alliance hunting now, just passing over the field. Should be able to pick up a nice elimination there on top of it, but they see 4MV. They're stuck down towards the low ground. They try and go for this split here. Power is in the wings though, Jackie.
There's room for someone else to get involved. It just depends if they're quick enough to make it over there. Spreading themselves out, pot shots being taken back down. They're closing the gap between them. You've got pressure being applied. For Miracle vibes, at least trying to stay alive and live on a prayer in some of these encounters, blank, but it's gone in the end as they will be shut down. Nice pressure, but they can reset from it.
Brother, we've got Alliance up to 9 eliminations on the game. Jimmy, I think he was on 1% before he bled out. They pick him up. This is insane behavior from the guys on Alliance. No, he's down. He's dead. He's gone. He's gone.
Unfortunate.
Here's a quick replay, though. This fight was very well managed from D plus Kia versus Reject on what was a pretty difficult push, but Alliance just waiting here, ready to push in. I think they were very on the ball, on the money. Even from this fight, head over towards Alpha 7 versus 4 Miracle Vibes, because you're picking and choosing where you can head in. It's like, do we push up towards the northeast? It's open ground. We could challenge, but then an opportunity arises. They're instantly on it.
It's the comms as well, mate. You know, those kind of situations where it does have to be the correct decision in a split second. You could see the way they were communicating off each other, prioritizing the fights. When they gave up on the chase, went over and took out for Miracle Vibes, it looked good for them. And they've not given up the chase either. Power were rotating in. Now they're locked into a bit of a clash. You've got the nades going across. That's another pickup. That's easy down on the floor. They're really cleaning house right now. They're the kings of the lobby.
I mean, they're stuck in a horrid position here versus Power. I mean, Power's just all grouped up. Any kind of nades are going to be devastating. Great smokes as well over towards Power. Really limits a lot of their sight lines here, and they are just pushing onto them. Alliance sort of taking it away here in this game. It's really good to see. These nades aren't amazing, though. Now to get towards the backside. Al-Haji even moves into the shack. They think they've cleared it. Another one goes through. It's great onto Fadan. Now it's just Al-Haji trying to hold it down. Gets the first. Will flush him out.
Does at least commit onto it and have that to work with. It's an awkward angle, though, through the clip of the doorway. They run on in. An Alliance silencing the Power fans. They were flying the flag high inside of the venue, but it's all gone wrong, at least with the response back. And this is the warpath that Yoodo are on, still continuing. I mean, they're resetting on these fights each time as well. Oh, man, they're looking really devastating right now. You still got close grouping, though, Blank. Power aren't entirely out of it. There's a few fragments of what remains of Tianba as well in the near area.
It's just crazy to me that we haven't seen Boom try and get in on any of this. All they've done is sort of move from compound to slightly better strong positions. And Alliance is sort of playing how we saw IHC play at Pmgc, which is just elimination heavy. But technically, they've already won out on this game. 12 elims, 12 points.
Mad.
Even if you go out now, this is a strong game. This is a really strong game coming through from Alliance. And they'll be happy with this. Basically just jumping up the rankings in 2 matches. Nice and easy. The rest of the teams, there's really no one even close to that 12 elim mark. It's only Brute Force over on that western side with a 5 elim sort of trailing behind them in a big way.
I mean, Brute Force here on your screens, at least making the use of the utility they've got inside of their kit. Those nades going downhill, causing a few issues with the position you've got to play with. It's not the nicest spot to be penned in on. If you go for the exit round on the side as well, Brute Force have a good spread in terms of the angles. They should be able to get a nice amount of damage off.
Yeah, this is typically Brute Force's best map as well as Miramar. I think they love their splits, man. And if they're able to get a nice split out in open ground, they're just great at fighting it out. Another nade goes through. On top of that, he's getting a lot of damage done here, but I think Neos is now fresh out of the old detonations. We'll just drop the smokes, look to potentially hold IWRX as they come out from this one. They're going to use the vehicles, start to pop over towards the top side. Good couple of shots. Actually, an instant headshot.
Oh, mate, yeah, that's despicable, Blank. The initial engagement's good for him, but he keeps it going. Hang on a minute. He's not content with that, is he? He wants to take down the whole squad on his lonesome. He's the last man, belly on the ground, peppering the bullets over the top. He's got a backup for the closer as well, and they're good for it. Brute Force living up to their name.
Neos basically with a 1v4 there. Insanity coming through. This guy's aim is disgusting. We're going to get a replay over here, over towards the Power engagement. Some great nades here coming through from Cluck, one after another to finish it up. But honestly, all my mind is on right now is that engagement between Neos.
Towards Boom, we've said we haven't seen too much of them, but they've found Tianba, and it is a scrap for control of the land.
Mayumi's down as well. I mean, Tianba doing pretty well here. The fact that you got Liu underneath just dealing with the entirety of the team on his lonesome. Long has to come with the DBS, do some huge action for himself, but will be taken out. Just one final player there from Tianba, and somehow Boom's able to hold on. It looks really bad inside that building. Bond, though, he's on his way. License to eliminate.
Oh, he's coming up. If he can find an opportunity, Molly could be in a pretty good spot as well. Try and burn him out, play with a range. Oh, turns his way through the door, blows the first man down. DBS causing problems, looking for the hard commit on the back as well whilst he's dropped. And this actually does keep it guessing a little bit. Makes it far harder for Boom now. They thought they had an opportunity to reset, but Bonds turn up and he's bringing the heat to them.
Yumi finishes out Frenzy from his own team. That is really bad news. I mean, sure, he got an elimination for his troubles. Now shots coming through from the side. And Boom, who were in a pretty damn good position at the beginning of this map, have just done really nothing with it. They haven't sent out. They haven't claimed ground. They've just sat around. And I think this is the problem when you come to these international events, is you've got to be frag heavy. And the Xavier knows it.
Oh man, they're straight in. Looked like there was a bit of a timeline there. You could have got the damage off on the initial dropout from the vehicle, but the response isn't good enough. Good use of the nades as well. They clear out the entirety of the top floor, and it is gone.
Bond's still here, though. I don't think they realized because they saw the final flush come through, but Bond's still in the wings. Nade comes through, and it's the DBS on top of it. Bond goes in. The secret spy. They had no idea. The quick loot, and Tianba lives to see another day. Cook seems kind of good on it too. But there's so many sightlines here. And with the circle heading over towards the northeast, this is sort of a guaranteed victory here for the Moneymakers. Neos cannot play up to the pressure here, will fold underneath it.
You're picking off any of the potential opportunities that could steal this one away from you. And best case for Tianba, really, if you just lift this one out, keeping your head down, I mean, there's a potential second place that could be accumulated for you off the back of it. As Moneymakers are just running their way through anyone that dares to fight them at this point, it's another easy pickup. One by one, they're dropping.
Yo, this is crazy. Bond's about to get a second place off his double team elimination inside Longhouse. This is insane work from Bond on Tianba. Even now challenging against the final players of Moneymakers. I don't think he's got long left in this world, but what a performance from him this game.
You're going to be happy with that one. For what it was, Blank, one man left alive, just Bond, played it smart with a run.